I am back for another tea time session, and I'm really excited for today's session. I think I'm always excited about tea time, but today I'm especially excited. Oops, let me turn my phone off. I'm especially excited because, first of all, it's Women's History Month, so we're celebrating women all month. Earlier this week we celebrated International Women's Day, and today I want to talk about a campaign that Under Armour is rolling out. You may have already seen it. It's called I Am Pretty, and you fill in the blank. It doesn't stop at I'm pretty, but the campaign is basically busting the notion that the biggest compliment that you can pay a woman is "you're so pretty." When I got the email that, you know, this is the campaign that they would be rolling out for the month, or one of the campaigns, sorry, it spoke to me in many ways. I immediately thought about an instance where I was actually invited to speak on a panel a couple months ago, and I was the only woman that was on the panel. And we were discussing a pretty serious topic, and I was first of all honored to be invited to speak on this panel, because then that means that they respect my opinion, right? So, or my thoughts and views on the topic at hand. So right before the panel, I actually had a photo shoot scheduled, and I remember so clearly I pulled up to the panel and I changed into business casual clothes, but then I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, am I too pretty for this? And I know right away you guys are gonna be like, what the heck? What are you talking about? I immediately had this feeling where I felt like I don't want to be too done up and too pretty for this panel, this discussion, because it was a pretty serious topic and I wanted to be taken seriously. I didn't want to go into the panel and, you know, have them not take me seriously because of how I was dressed or how I looked, and I know some of you may think this is ridiculous, and even you may have certain notions about me because I can be flashy in some instances, but I do believe there's a time and place for things. But I also don't like unwarranted attention, and I knew that I was going to be the only woman on the panel. Well, I walk into the panel, and some of the guys that were on the panel I knew, some of them I didn't. And immediately one of the gentlemen, I'm going to call him a gentleman, but that I was introduced to, that was on the panel, he right away flirted with me, and I felt like it was inappropriate. He made a mention about me being so gorgeous, and I knew right away what he was doing. He was one of the gentlemen that you would say was in the hot seat in terms of what the discussion was, although his views really didn't seem to be that far off from my own, but I knew right away what he was trying to do. And so here it was, I walked into this room and I was like, the exact same thing that I just thought about in the car, here it is happening. And I knew I wasn't crazy because one of the other gentlemen's wife happened to be there, you know, with her husband supporting him, and she caught it right away as well. So, you know, and that opens up a whole nother conversation that we can have, but, you know, I'm gonna keep it positive. But coming back to the topic at hand and why I felt like this campaign spoke so much to me is that, you know, I'm not going to ignore the obvious. Some doors have been opened for me because I'm pretty, but I strongly believe that while some things may have been given to me, or I've gotten some things because I'm pretty, being pretty is not the thing that's kept me there. Being pretty is not the thing that's allowed me to make teams. Being pretty is not the thing that made me graduate college. Being pretty is not the thing that made me graduate high school. Being pretty is not the thing that makes me a good friend to another person. And so it's a notion that I love, you know, being a pretty girl, and I think all women should be, you know, celebrated for being pretty, but we're so much more than pretty. And, you know, one of the things that I always say when I leave someone, I care more about how I made that person feel than how I may actually appear. And again, I know to the world it may seem like I'm this incredibly vain person, and in some ways I am, but I know I'm so much more than just a pretty face. And so I am extremely proud of Under Armour for this campaign, and I'm extremely excited to be a part of this campaign. I've actually seen them use my picture already with the I'm pretty. I think the one that I saw said I'm pretty amazing, and It actually again goes in line with another thing that I've talked to you guys about in doing my ams. So instead of saying I am, this time I can say I'm pretty awesome, I'm pretty intelligent, I'm pretty powerful, I'm pretty amazing, I'm pretty spiritual, you know, all of these things. So we're not saying that you're not pretty. Ladies, you know you're gorgeous, but on top of that, you're pretty awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed. It's short and sweet this time, but I felt like that was a message that was worth sharing. And you know, ladies, even guys, leave down below, how pretty awesome are you? What pretty are you? Share, I would love to hear. Hope you enjoyed. As usual, give me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next week for tea time. Peace out.